Hello, friends. Sunday evening. Nice to see you here. Nice to spend some time with you. Spent an awful lot of time in my head, wandering around my thoughts, so it's really nice to have a place to come and share those things and some insights that I've had in the day and experience that I've had through my day today in hopes that maybe it lends to your learning or triggers a thought or an action to click into place so that we're on this shared journey together, and whatever I can do to make a contribution towards more love, more understanding, more kindness, more compassion, that's me living more aligned to my purpose, which is to align myself internally, ignite that passion within, and then share it openly and freely with the hopes that, and the knowledge, obviously, and the faith, actually, that the universe has got me handled and covered, and it's got my back, and it's always working to conspire to my best interest. And so consider my shock last night after doing my video and feeling really good about it and about to upload it, and I get a call that a close family friend in the UK is likely not going to make it through the night. And that news hit me like a ton of bricks because our families have been completely interwoven. The fabric that has been woven together through our relationships, building over lifetimes, my children's lifetime. These people contributed in massive ways to some of the characteristics my children hold today. So to have that news this morning and then be inundated also with the news in Nova Scotia and the fact that there's some people that are being really affected mentally in their mental health challenges that they may already have, and there's going to be a whole new slew of people that are going to experience mental health challenges, downfalls, pitfalls, depths, darkness. And for anybody that's actually spent time there, they understand just how crazy making it is, because it's not a logical thing. It's not about logic. I can't think myself out of that place. I have to be willing to feel and experience things as they come. And so this morning when I woke up to the message that she had left, she had gone and passed, just another wave, hit me of those emotions about, it was not even 8 weeks ago when I was with her in the UK, which was the very first time that I had ever traveled there. And she had been coming here to visit her son and her grandson for 20 years. And for 20 years, we spent time together as a family. We're interwoven with her kids and my kids and completely connected. And all of a sudden, unbeknownst to me, this trip that we made to be at the wedding of her son, our friend and dear family, was the first time that any of us had been to Europe. And so I think there was 11 of us in total, went on this trip, and the impact of that now, not understanding the true meaning and the gift that was, because otherwise we would not have seen her one last time recently. Would have been a year ago. And so living in that place of, I don't want this to be happening, I just want to stop, I'm in complete resistance, to moving to a place of acceptance, and not that means that there's any less grief. The grief is there, and the anger, and the absolute mind bend that anything like this could happen. But when I'm in resistance to it, I'm closed down. I'm in this place. I'm in this heightened and tightened place. And when I'm in resistance to anything, it expands, and it continues to expand, where I stub my toe and get in a car accident, or, those things can trip off onto this, this side road, a hard left, if you will. And that it's my job to continue to bring myself back on a track and face these things in an open way, where I'm allowing this heart-centered place of mine that is broken and wants to hurt and wants to shut down and tuck and run, that in this moment I'm to practice gratitude. And the truth is, it's a practice, and I go in and out of those places, and I go in and out of emotion, and in and out of sadness, and in and out of love, and understanding and acceptance. It's a practice. And just like anything in life, it is a journey. And therefore, it is okay for me to go through all of the things and the feelings and everything else that I'm going through, and to be in resistance, to notice that I'm there and make a choice to come back. Instead of retracting, lean in. And so, a piece of gratitude that came out of this for me today was that today, for the first time in this pandemic experience where we've been in lockdown for 33 days, for the first time, really, I feel like my family landed. We all got together tonight. We toasted some white wine for our dear friend that's departed, because that was her favorite thing to drink. Well, not in gin, but tonight we did wine in honor of her. And we were all there on Zoom, and everyone could see each other. And although we cannot be together in person, there was a definite connection in this place, that we shared sorrow, that we shared joy. And really helpful to have a 1.5, almost 2-year-old baby there, because she's just like, hello, hi, yeah, making things goofy in the camera. Love you. Just living according to exactly how she is in every moment. Never apologetic. And what I do know is that it gripped me today, because one of the things I was asked to concentrate on was to tell myself the truth. And I don't know about you, but I'm really good at dancing around the truth and sort of getting there, or meaning to get there, or intending to get there, but not quite yet, giving myself a very long lead time in when I'll decide to actually tell myself some of the truths that I have been harboring myself from actually telling myself. And what does that do? It keeps me safe. The problem is that safety is an illusion. It's not a real place. It's living out of alignment. It's keeping this room, wiggle room, if you will, for me to avoid some of the things that I really don't want to take a look at. And for me, that's food. For me, that's my consumption of food, not only how I eat or what I eat. And I tell you, making a diary this week and not being very dedicated to it at the beginning, and then yesterday and today, getting really clear that if I don't live in integrity around that I potentially will get the same results that I've always gotten. And so I owe it to myself at that point to choose myself over and over and over again, and not to use it as a tool to beat myself up, because that's generally where I go. Well, you're so wrong, you're so bad. And leaving that space for, as long as I feel bad about it, as long as I feel guilty about it, then I can continue to act or be or behave in that way, or use that vice, or whatever it is. Then I give myself permission to stay stuck. And the truth is, life is about flow, right? It's about allowing the flow to happen. And so when I'm in the way of the way that things are flowing, and I'm standing in the way, and I'm resisting in any way, and not just living a life where I'm leaning in, even when it hurts, even when I don't feel like it. Even when I don't feel like it. But by honoring my agreements and completing the things that I say that I'll complete, by living more integral to the word that I give myself, not just other people, honoring my own life. Because I don't know about you, but I've always looked for outside resources for that. Please give me something, fill my cup, please fill my cup. And the problem is, quite often people don't have enough in their own cup to give anything away. And then sometimes if they do, then it's attached, with chains and ropes. and it doesn't feel very good, because it isn't given from a well-intentioned place, even though it may be the illusion of that. The feeling is different. But if I'm not willing to give that to myself first, how can I have an expectation that anybody else give that to me? I don't know where I learned it, I'm not sure where I picked it up, and it doesn't matter, because spending time in those places trying to, decipher gets me stuck and keeps me waiting. So I've known that I've needed to go to the forest for a long time. I pull cards. I know that I am to be connecting with nature, and I'm petrified to go there. I know it seems crazy, but with generalized anxiety, things that have happened in the past are extremely connected to some of the things that are going on for me right now. And even though I know that there's nothing necessarily dangerous inherently about, going there, well, bears and cougars could be considered dangerous, but my point being it's a walking trail, so one would hope that I could be safe there. My point being that I have known in my heart of hearts that I long and yearn to be there, and I've not allowed myself to go there because I'm in resistance to having been hurt by experiences that remind me and are connected to those things in my past. Until I start to unlock some of those things and just peel it back and take a little look and grow some compassion in those places, then if nothing changes, nothing changes. So for the first time today, in an extremely long time, that yearning, I answered that call. And when I got there, I could feel immediately this difference of forest medicine. And so that's for me. I don't know what your thing is, but you'll know. You'll know that thing that really pulls you and draws you and scares you at the same time, potentially. Today was just an opportunity to go and connect in a place that is viscerally alive and super interconnected, woven together like absolute magic. And every system supports every other system, and there is no disharmony there. Everything is working in harmony together. And it's a felt experience. It's in the air, in the sunshine that comes through the trees, in the light breeze that blows things, in the dragonflies that fly around, in the butterflies that exist, in the children's laughter down the trail, in the birds chirping in the trees, in the fallen branches and the rotting trees, adding life and nurturing to sustain other life in the forest. It's a concert. And I don't plug into it as often as I would like to. And I would like to change those things. But I'm so thankful today for having listened to that call and actually gone and answered it. Because those things matter. In the end, what matters? How many things I have, how many cars I drive, how much money I made. To me, that isn't going to be my truth. That isn't my truth now, and I never want it to be. My truth is that I want to feel deeply connected with my loved ones. I want to take opportunities and fill myself with absolute vivid passion for the things that are important to me. I want people in my presence to be seen and heard and experienced on a deep level that we currently don't get to in human connection, in my experience. Unless we're super close with the person. There's always this shield that's up, this protective shield of I've been hurt before and I'll be damned if I'm going to let you in. Not until you prove yourself to me. But even then, we risk being hurt. But I think to myself when I consider this life that has been snuffed out early. She's 60, was 61. And I think to myself, wow. So much life left to live, and so much to live for. So being willing to tell myself the truth in order to get myself right within myself, to live the deepest and richest, most amazing depth of experience of relationship with myself first. So that when my cup is full from inside, when my cup is full from the things that I plug into, the content that I watch, the places that I go, the people that I surround myself, the thoughts that I allow myself to think, and the things that I participate in, when all is said and done, I get to say I am creating, I'm in the process of creating a rich, deep, full experience of this life. And by saying I'm in the process, it gives me permission to take a step towards that every time I have an opportunity to do so. It's not about rushing to the end, because the end is death. And I've got things to do here. And I've got a lot to live for. And I've got a lot of life left in me. And I've got a lot of purpose. And I have a lot of passion. And now I have a vision and some direction. And I'm taking action in areas that I've never taken action before. And it feels fulfilled. So I hope that whatever that looks like for you, dial yourself in even when you're in resistance, even when it's hard, even when you don't want to, even when you're feeling overwhelmed by the thoughts that this is monumentally going to change how life happens. It can't not. But what do you want to look? What do you want it to look like? What are you willing to do differently? What can we change through our behaviors and our actions? And how great would it be if we all just went home and loved ourselves first, and then allowed ourselves to operate from that place? I'm sure liking myself a whole lot more these days, and I see glimpses of love and affection and understanding and adoration and chutzpah. Thank you so much for coming here and sharing time with me. I sure appreciate it. So much love. I'll see you tomorrow.